Howdy there, folks and cowpokes, and today we have a another one of these little semi-podcasty things where Dan and I will be going over the games that are on sale as part of the Steam Autumn Sale, while we're listening to the SLRPG soundtrack. On
Melody
my
is listening to the RPG soundtrack, and I am just listening to my computer overheat. Because
so
that's what it does nowadays.
see, you just gotta record that, put some distortion on it, and release it as an avant-garde black metal record. You'll get at least 7 Latvian record labels giving you offers. But I will say we have one rule today, and that is Dan and I are not allowed to repeat ourselves unless, except for the 2 games that we have allowed repeating. So if you missed last time, go fucking watch that one anyways. Because like, what's the point of doing the same video over again?
This is true. That being said, maybe some of the games that were on sale last time are not on sale this time.
Yes.
In which case, tough luck. I don't know what we can do.
You're gonna have to check. Also, regionally, some games that we see may be on sale on our end, but may not be in your region. But,
Actually, no, I don't think that's true, Mal. I think games are always on sale in every region, but like the actual amount changes quite a bit, yeah.
I mean, it depends. But, anyways. So, to start things off, I'm gonna recommend something which, for some reason, is not being talked about much. And that is Herald of Havoc. Which is...
That's a great name, isn't it?
Oh, God. Which is an FPS, kind of in that, like, boomer shooter, Quakey kind of mold.
Okay, wait, hang on. I thought it was Herald of Havoc. I got really excited. I thought it was like a really cool comedy game, but no. Anyway.
Charlatanous behavior. But no, Herald of Havoc. This is one of my games of the year. It is my boomer shooter of the year so far, and seems unlikely to be toppled in that. It has like
a gorgeous looking game, isn't it?
Yeah, it has like a great sense of humor. The combat is fantastic. It sounds and looks fantastic. It constantly changes things up with the level design and everything. It's always giving you something new, something exciting in every level. It's got speedrunning potential. It's got horde mode potential. It's just fantastic.
A review by a friend of the channel. Perhaps my favorite boomer shooter of this year thus far. Incredible combat, rewarding exploration, a charming sense of humor, an exhilarating movement system.
Thank you.
In case no one caught it, that this is just Melody repeat. But anyway.
I looked over because I was like, I'm the only person you would be making a joke about being a friend of the channel who would have played this game. So yeah, this game fucking rules. 97% user reviews on Steam. I'm one of them, of course.
Wait, hey.
This is a game I actually beat, which is saying a lot for me. Because I do not beat... Like, if I beat 5 games in a year that aren't, like, an hour long, that's, like, a big year of beating games for me. So... yeah, this game absolutely kicks ass. Did you have any other comments you would like to make on this one, or would you like to move on to the next one?
I'm already looking at the next one, and it's a game that I've heard of an absolute ton. And it's a game I don't remember hearing about in a positive sense much. Lords of the Fallen has a huge sale on. This game didn't release that long ago, did it?
Yeah, it just came out like a couple months ago.
On Steam, it says release literally last month.
Yeah.
So to have like a heavy sale right now perhaps means it's not the most popular of games. However,
I mean,
it looks very pretty, doesn't it?
16,000 user reviews already on Steam. It's doing well enough for what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's a very pretty looking game from what I can see.
It's the first.
Supposedly a soul.
Oh, sorry.
It's supposedly a Souls-like, but
yes,
doesn't look like one.
It definitely does.
Does though?
It does.
I mean, gameplay-wise, though. I'm not talking about like the overall vibe and stuff.
It does gameplay-wise. Why are you unmuting yourself when I skip around in the trailer, fucker? Yeah, it definitely does. Gameplay-wise. Yes, it's methodical combat.
It's like, you know, one of those PS3 slashes, you know? It doesn't feel like,
No, it definitely is not.
It doesn't look like... It doesn't have, like, that flow to it, like...
It 100%
like
is a Souls-like. It definitely does. It's just a little bit faster.
I know, have you played it? Have you given it a go?
No!
Does the trailer entice you in any way?
I mean, maybe 3 years from now, once it's fully patched and... if I have a better computer that would run it, you know, without dying on the vine. This game...
It looks very, very pretty. But, like, apparently no one likes it.
It's not no one likes it. What the fuck? It's got 60% positive reviews on Steam, which is more than negative.
Is that really low?
Not really low. I've seen ones that are like 28% and shit. Like, that's good. That's more than majority. That's a plurality. And I've seen a lot of defenders for the game being like, oh, it's difficult, but it's like really fucking good. Like, one of the things about the actual cool thing about it is it has like a Soul Reaver style system where you can swap between worlds, basically, like the dead world and the living. Yeah, it's definitely really yeah, like the art direction and everything is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks incredibly beautiful. And
not just because of like the fidelity or anything, but like the monster designs and everything, the lighting, the color palettes are beautiful.
Yeah, it's a very, very pretty game, no doubt about it.
Also, like, a lot of the screenshots are like posed incredibly. They're not like actual gameplay screenshots. Stop unmuting yourself, fucker. I'm trying to actually...
So, yeah.
I'm so tired of this.
Just said about this pretty Souls-like, which I almost still doesn't look like a Souls-like, but, you know, Melody's Melody. She's usually right about these things.
I've seen a lot of, like, reviews and shit about... Yeah, this definitely is a Souls-like. You dodge out of the way, it, like... 100%. It's pulling from, like, the first 3 Souls games, especially. Not like Elden Ring or Sekiro or Bloodborne. But it's still got, like, a faster combat system.
And do you think a lot of the negativity around it is, like, because it's released so close to Lies of P?
No. It's because the game ran with like, it launched with a bunch of fucking launch issues. That's the problem with it.
But that's every game nowadays. I mean, every AAA at least, almost.
Lies of P generally launched like this.
Yeah, but Lies of P. Would you consider Lies of P a AAA game?
Yeah, definitely. They've been working on it for like as long as a AAA would. It's just not from an established studio. That's the same thing with this one. And this is definitely a AAA game. 100%.
Alright, so Lords of the Fallen is on offer. If someone is looking for a very pretty Souls-like and wants to like debunk the negative reviews for themselves, give it a shot.
If you have a NASA computer, I will say, because I know, like, the developers are working on fixes and everything, but it launched in a pretty sorry state. That being said, the game is already profitable for the publisher, for City Interactive Games. So, you know, like, it's one of those ones where they were not punished at all for it. But
well, there you go.
That being said, I do like that, you know, we have a video which is like recommendations from the Steam Summer or Steam Autumn Sale, and neither of us have played this game, and you're just like, oh, it looks pretty. Like, yeah. I mean, it's on.
I mean, that's kind of the point, you know. Like, we're recommending games that people may or may not be interested. You know, maybe they're like me and don't really.
How is that a
pay attention to the
recommendation?
industry. I mean, I'm recommending it based on it's pretty, you know.
I'm recommending that you wait like until the patches all go through before buying it. By then, it may very well be even on a bigger sale on like Fanatical or Humble Bundle. Or on the Humble Store, rather. Like...
Or maybe even in a future Steam sale.
Yeah, like, it could very well be on a higher sale by the time they actually run all the fixes and do all the rebalancing shit that they're doing right now. Like... And by then, you may actually be able to run it without having to fucking go in and, like, crank down everything to the lowest settings, even if you have, like, a NASA computer. In terms of actually, like, Souls-likes that we've played this year and that we can recommend, On Guard. On Guard is actually good.
Hey, we don't know the Lords of the Fallen, is it?
Listen, we can't speak to that. So this is like if you made a Zorro game that was really good and had like Soulsy kind of like you know, back and forth kind of shit, but also if it was gay and
I was about to say that, like
like it's
so
very
they made
funny.
Queer Souls, essentially.
They made a queer Souls-like game which also has like actually like good 3D platforming in a Souls-like, which is fucking wild. Like, it, once you get into the flow with it, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I was about to say Sekiro had good platforming, then I remember, no it didn't. No, yeah, like...
Also, that's less Soulsy than... Like, that's a less, like, Dark Souls kind of... Well, granted, On Guard is not, like, a traditional Souls-like, obviously.
Yeah, true, and if you want to talk about, like, Souls games with, like, decent platforming, the Star Wars games, the new ones, the Jedi ones, like, they're kind of fun.
I mean,
And
I
they're
like
pretty
the
good.
first one, but... Is the second one even worth recommending, especially on PC right now? 'Cause-
I've heard that, like, they've actually done a better job with the bugs than the first one, because the first one was, like, an absolutely full of stuff.
I mean, the launch
Oh,
of that game also was fucking horrible for the new one. But yeah, On Guard, back to the one we're actually talking about right now, that we've both played, or not both played, but one of us has played at least.
One of us have played, yeah.
This game just,
Playful Hero. I mean,
It's-
I'm watching the trailer now, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like Sapphic Souls, basically. But if it was Zorro.
Yeah.
And it's got a demo,
Is it?
so you can actually try this one and be like, "This sucks. I don't want to play it anymore." Um,
Demos,
It's
the
also-
good old days.
it's also in a comedy bundle with Cat Quest 2, so if you have Cat Quest, you can get off for another $1 extra. So always,
Oh, so it is like firmly a comedy game then. It's not like this has a few jokes in.
yeah, it's very funny. Like, which is also a shock for a Soulsy game. Like the environments are gorgeous. Like it's just fantastic. I love On Guard. It's so good.
It does look very nice, yeah.
Do you have another game that you would like to recommend off the tip of your head?
Let's see something I've actually played.
Yeah, that might be a good start.
That might be a good start. Titanfall 2, one of the greatest FPS games of all time, according to many people, and I quite like it as well. It's only £3 in England, which is pretty cheap. That being said, it's one of a very, very old game, like what, 2013, I guess, came out 2016. But yeah, terrific game with a terrific campaign. Played the multiplayer a little bit, no, didn't really get into it much, but I'm not a big multiplayer guy anyway. But honestly, worth getting just for the campaign. It's an unbelievable rush of blood. Terrific platforming, like some of the best gunplay you'll ever get. It's like, I think it's what like the newer Black Ops games tried to be, but you know, actually pull it off much better. Like, this is before Call of Duty went back to their quote-unquote realistic roots with Modern Warfare and all that stuff. With the reboot of Modern Warfare, I should say. And I'm almost 100% sure they like tried to just rip this game off in a way, and like you know, hey, no, we can do that too, and they couldn't. But yeah, Titanfall 2, terrific game.
I do
you
actually
played it,
have
right?
it. I have not played it.
Oh wow.
I have hours in it, but I've not actually played it. That's because I was trying to get it to run and then it wouldn't. Like, it just kept crashing. Like, it wasn't even like it wasn't performing well, it's just it was crashing.
Well, it's like when you played that multiplayer first-person shooter of some sort that I've already forgotten, but it was really fun.
I don't know.
The one that you beat, like, by playing by yourself.
I don't know.
Alright, never mind. Moving on. And then there's another one I can't remember. I forgot. I didn't forget, but I've lost it. It's lost to time. Like tears in the rain.
Like Titans in the Rain. More like... Laugh with me, Dan. Laugh with
Maybe
me.
a bit. The Rifleman. A game that me and Melody adore and that featured on this channel quite a bit. The DLC is where like all the quote-unquote premium content is. It's where
Oh, cool. People who've
Yeah,
actually played the
that's nice.
game are starting to review it on Steam.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Because people are actually recommending it, which, like, how can you play this game and not be like it fucking owns? Like, the combat in this game is fucking incredible. It's just so goddamn smooth.
It is so good, but I if anyone is about to like step into the world of the Rifleman, highly recommend hardcore mode, because like that's what the game kind of feels like it's meant to be played on. One shot, one kill.
I mean,
I don't really. It feels like it, you know. I don't think it's like a game that you're meant to have multiple shots. It's meant to be like screen cheat, you know.
I don't know, because sometimes, like, when I'm playing against bots, especially with hardcore, like, yeah, it's fun basically just melting through them and getting like an 80 fucking kills in one lobby. Like, that's hilarious, but I will say, sometimes they basically just fucking melt you, like, immediately, and it's like you don't get any reaction time. Because when the bots actually see you in hardcore, they will kill you, and, like, immediately.
Yeah. I know.
So, so sometimes that can be a bit annoying, where it's just like, oh, I walked around a corner and they just fucking laser beamed my face off. Like, that can get a little bit grating, but I will say, it did just get a new update with a new map and a new special weapon, which is the mine, and also some more stuff for, like, free-to-play players, with the, like... I will say it has a battle pass, but it's a good one where it's not it's not FOMO driven. Dear viewers, it is basically like if you buy the DLC pack, you get it all. Like that's the only thing.
Okay.
That's
So
the only
DLC
thing you
pack
can
is
buy.
the only thing you can buy in the game. Alright, yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's the reason I bring it up. That is on sale now. So,
Yeah.
Like, if you thought DLC was too expensive, it is less so. In England, it's about £3.50. I don't know how much it is in America.
it's
maybe
a
$4.
$3.99. Yeah, $4.
Yeah.
It's a $1 off basically.
So, yeah, there you go. The Rifleman, one of the best games of the year.
Yeah, it'll be listing for me as well. So you
Another game.
no
yeah.
fucker, you got 2 in a row.
But I was about to say 3 because I have the next one as well.
No, I have the next one. I was gonna
Alright,
segue into this one from goddamn Titanfall, and then you just fucking jumped in and were like, aha. Why is it not playing?
Alright.
Why is it not playing the goddamn trailer? Okay, what the hell? I don't understand. Is Severed Steel is like, what if you had like an FPS game that is just non-stop bombastic, fucking amazing movement system. You have a Mega Man gun arm, and you're a lady. Plus,
Doom Eternal with a go. Alright.
no, it is not Doom Eternal. Completely destructible levels. It looks gorgeous. It's got kind of like a bit wireframey, like neon levels and shit. It looks amazing. And
What's it called again? Didn't quite catch the name.
Severed Steel.
Severed Steel.
Next time, pay attention, Worm.
Alright. Oh, okay.
It's not playing the gameplay for some reason. At least not in full screen. I don't understand.
I mean, Window Catcher hasn't been working all that well today with viewers, but like...
No, it's
alright.
on Firefox. Firefox is not loading it. It has nothing to do with window capture.
It is Firefox now, but like, yeah.
Or at least the connection is just not booting up for some reason. I don't understand. Anyways, like, yeah, the gunplay is phenomenal. The music's great. It looks amazing. It plays great. It's got a short campaign, though. It got it did get an update
DLC?
with more. No, a free update. The soundtrack is on
along the
sale
story
as
or something?
well. Just with extra levels. It's got bullet
I see.
time. Like, it just is incredibly fun. It's kind of like a first-person Hotline Miami in terms of, like, the feel of just, like, how punchy it is. It's on that level. Where it's just, like, you
wow.
fucking laser beam through shit. But, I don't think you die in one hit. At least not in the default mode.
Let's see.
Okay, the GIFs on the in the about section are they're actually working. But I will say the AI is kind of like in Fear, where it's just like the enemies will actually work together and shit. But it's also got a roguelite mode, apparently, now.
Oh god.
So you can... I've only played for 3 hours because I just did the campaign at that time. But I could definitely see myself revisiting it. It's so good. I fucking love Severed Steel.
It does look pretty cool. Also, I'm somewhat surprised this game ran on your system. This game looks like it will kill anything.
Oh, now the trailer's actually working. Oh, it worked for like 2 seconds and it was not gameplay. It was just showing through the sizzle thing. Since you took 2, I think I will take another because I'm hungry. Boomerang X is fantastic.
This game was recommended to be based on games I play.
This game looks amazing as well. It fucking rules. The combat is fantastic. The movement system is fantastic. It just feels great. It's published by Devolver, which, you know, means it is pretty much guaranteed to be good. It just kicks ass. I will say the studio behind it shut down, unfortunately, which is sad. They shut down recently, like a month or 2 ago.
Do we know why?
This is a great poll quote from a PC gamer that just showed up in the trailer. For people who thought that Doom 2016 was too slow and realistic. That's a fun poll quote. Basically because like they couldn't get funding for their next game.
I see.
But yeah, this game is fucking fantastic. It's so good and extremely underrated considering it came out in 2021. Like, only 800 reviews on it compared to Severed Steel, which came out at around the same time, actually a little bit later, and currently has 2,700.
Yeah, about 8% of the views of Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, it's just like compared, you know, it is fucking wild that Boomerang X is not doing better or didn't do better when it mattered, unfortunately. Okay, now we have righted these wrongs that Dan perpetrated. Now we will go back to doing one each and then swapping.
Alright. Well, it's a game that we both know well. And since we played one session of it exactly. Hot Shot Racing. Absolutely.
No!
Terrific game in my opinion. One of the best races I've played in a long time. Melody absolutely hates it because she's bad at it.
No, because it's bad.
No, because she's bad. This friends be friends all over again.
You're bullying me.
But yeah, it's incredibly fast paced. It's basically... It feels like you're actually driving a car, which is the dumbest like possible fucking quote I could ever give. Because obviously car driving in like traffic is nothing like racing in a video game. But like the way they implement like gear shifts and that kind of stuff is not too dissimilar from simulator races, right? But the speed in which you move and that you can feel yourself just going through turns and stuff like that is way more akin to like, you know, the arcade races, which is obviously trying to like get to. And that like balance that it achieves is really, really cool to me. I just thought it was terrific.
So,
And the game is 90% off, I think, along with a huge bundle sale on the games from Curve Games Classic, whatever that is.
yeah, as part of a bundle with 17 games. So,
Do you know any of the other games that are on this? Hue, Tensor Club, Blockum,
I mean,
American Fusion Club.
I own 15 of them.
Oh wow. I own one of them.
Of these, the only one I would recommend personally is When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. But I haven't played the rest of them enough, so that's not, like, indicative of anything. When
Although Hue looks incredibly interesting. It looks like, kind of looks like Wanda Song with, like, Chicory at the same time.
It's more kind of like a puzzle platformer, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I think Wonder Song is that as well, but like Wonder Song, the gameplay is probably the worst part of Wonder Song. But yeah, it looks very interesting.
And I think the developer behind Hue has another game coming out. Not currently, at least not on Steam. But I do know that they've been cooking on their next one. In terms of other games I would recommend, I must provide a sense of balance to this world and give an actually good arcade racing game. Now this is one you may already know, Horizon Chase Turbo, dear viewer.
Hey!
They did get acquired by Epic, so this is not an indie game by any means. Fuck
No.
the indie tag now. But it was when it came out, so...
Hey, it's the same fucking Disco Elysium argument, isn't it?
No.
Kinda, I mean...
No, it
yeah,
isn't.
Disco Elysium. It's
No.
obviously an indie game, but then it gets, like, you know,
No.
very popular, and people, like, start saying it's not an indie game.
No, Horizon Chase Turbo is different because it's no longer independently published. Disco Elysium still is.
But it was published independently at the start, so it is an indie. Like, if Aquarius made another game, then it wouldn't be.
No, but they're still owned by Epic now, which means that now they are published as part... Like, them as a publisher is now Epic, which no longer makes them indie. Like, they are no longer independently owned.
I mean, the way I see it, Horizon Chase Turbo 2 is not an indie game. That's an Epic game. But Horizon Chase Turbo was published by Aquarius. So that's... You know,
That just means that it's published under their Acquirers label. That's still them not being indie. Because again, they are now Epic. They are now an arm of Epic. But anyways, that doesn't mean anything in terms of like if the game's good, obviously. It just means that the indie tag is no longer relevant.
There's also because Melody likes to be very exact about these things.
Well, it's not necessarily like liking to be exact. It's just that I wouldn't consider it to be that anymore. But
Fair enough.
now back to the natural state of order, Dan. What's one of yours that you would recommend next?
Hang on, let's see what's actually on sale. This is always a problem when we do one of these things. We're not looking at the same screen, so it's just scrambling to find whatever someone else is talking about.
I mean, it's just as quick as us going into the search bar.
Okay, there's a terrific like glitch on my end where all the games now have, you know, there's up to something % off on like
Uh-huh.
franchises and stuff. The collision delta up to 0% off on all the franchises. Amazing. Up to 0% off. Yep, it's all full price point. God damn.
There's not a
Alright,
single
jokes-
game on sale currently.
Not one. Oh god.
None of
Right,
these.
jokes aside, the Hitman franchise actually does have games on sale. I think they are a bundle of fun. The World of Assassination games.
They're currently
Ooh.
under Hitman 3.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it is on
It
Steam
says-
now. Yeah?
It says to them. Oh yeah. Okay, never mind.
Tomfoolery.
But yeah, just terrifically fun. If you ever think that, you know, AAA games don't offer you enough player experimentation, they're too linear, etc., single player experiences, Hitman World of Assassination is right on the top. Because it's like, I mean, all the Hitman games do this. I've only dabbled in some of the old ones, but like, I can tell you that like the entire core ethos of the Hitman franchise is really, really well displayed. This one, and I adore it. I think it's terrific. Have you played it, Mel?
I played like 10 minutes of the first Hitman, I think, and then uninstalled it. Well, actually, no. It was part of this Hitman 3 collection, I think, on Game Pass at the time.
Mhm.
I think that maybe what happened.
By Hitman 3, you mean the new ones, right? The IOI ones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I've
I
played.
mean, they're all IOI. I mean, like, you know, yeah. Go on.
I did play some of Hitman Absolution back on Xbox 360.
That's the one everyone dislikes.
I mean, not dislikes, it's just different from... It's not like... It's more kind of like... Got like an Assassin's Creed ethos where it's like... It's stealth, but you can go third-person shooty sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, that's more so why people have an issue with it. It's not because the game's bad. Because it's good. Hitman Absolution's good. It's just more action-oriented, more like stealth action than straight-up stealth.
Yeah. That's fair. Also, another great glitch on my end. Buy the World of Assassination Deluxe Pack, which is marked 30% off. Buy this bundle to save 0% and all 3 items.
Amazing.
So yeah, no, Hitman 3 is terrific. Melody, why did you uninstall after 10 minutes? What are you doing?
It's just not my kind of game, honestly, or not what I was feeling like at the time.
Would you give it another shot now that it's on sale?
I won't.
Alright, this is a useless recommendation.
In terms of other games I would recommend, though, have you considered, for instance, Unsighted?
Excited. I think I've actually heard of this one.
You've heard of a thing. Congratulations. So basically, this is like what if Hyper Light Drifter plus Ghost in the Shell plus Dark Souls, kind of, I guess. I know it's in full screen, dipshit. I set it to full screen. Already, like 30 minutes ago. Why is it not moving, though? This is concerning. It's not letting me scroll. Okay, now I have to exit full screen. No, it's just crashing, it looks like. That's cool. Gonna have to reopen it. And see here. Okay, now we can actually go in and actually see the shit, hopefully. Okay, it is still... It's back to not being muted, which is great. Love that. Basically, this is also super sapphic as well.
Yeah. That's like a slight theme here.
Sorry, what?
Perfectly dead. I said I'm sensing a theme here.
Oh.
Which is a very positive theme because, like, this is a terrific looking game. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And it's also got this thing where, the more, like, over time, characters will become, will turn into monsters in the town. If you don't help them, extend their life, that kind of thing.
Like, what's it called? I did a few games actually, but I can't remember any of them at the moment, so continue.
Dark Souls kind of does have something like it.
Dark Souls kind of has it. Sekiro, to an extent, has it.
But you can't really help them that much, except outside of, like, quest lines. In this game, it's more kind of like everyone has, like, a timer, and you can only help, like, you can try to make sure that you help everyone, but...
But you can't.
No, but... No, but it's difficult to try helping, like, everyone.
I see.
It's just got... It's one of those games that sticks with you after you've played it. It's got such iconic moments to it. And this was a strong Game of the Year contender in 2021 for me.
Would you say it's like a Supergiant game in gameplay style?
Oh, I wouldn't say Supergiant. I would say Hyper Light Drifter. I got it on the head, like, with that. It's definitely more Hyper Light.
Well, it does look very, very cool. Yeah, it's one of those games that you kind of just tell it has like one of the best soundtracks ever.
And you can also tell immediately it's fucking gay.
I mean, the trailer does have like two girls like holding hands. Very suggestive. Like, I mean, it's not trying to hide it. But yeah, no, game looks great.
Yeah, fantastic. I love Unsighted. But you can also... There are also, like, accessibility options to avoid, like, certain things. If you have any issues with these sorts of things, you can,
With lesbians, why would you turn that off? That makes no sense.
What?
There's like a bigot filter or something?
No.
Like,
what the fuck do you mean?
You said you could turn the lesbian thing off. Like, well, why
No.
would you ever do that? But
No,
that
what?
makes no sense.
No, I did not say that. Do not say I would ever want to change anything queer. To remove it.
Alright, then what can you remove?
I'm saying you can remove you can remove things like the timers. You can also make the combat easier, that kind of thing. So like you've got a bunch of options.
To be fair, that just sounds like a regular old difficulty option that has nothing to do with accessibility.
No, you can... difficulty is an accessibility thing. And they do have other accessibility options.
Okay, fair. Wait, that's a discussion for another day.
No, it's just that's just true. Like difficulty options
think
make
so.
it
I think-
easier. Difficulty options make it easier for people who have like slower reflexes. Yes, because it gives them more of a window. It's absolutely
Yeah, but
an accessibility thing too.
I would consider an accessibility feature to be a game that changes the controls to reflect slow reflexes, not a game that like makes, you know.
But it
these
still
animated
gives you
controls.
it still gives you like that window extra. And it makes the game more accessible. Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's
We're
not
not-
digress.
we're not
No.
here for ideological arguments.
That's for sort of podcast episode number 124.
Anywho's, what's your next pick?
I want to see if I have an next pick.
Try looking through games we've played together.
That would be a good idea.
We also
There's Red Dead Redemption 2, which is like on a huge sale, but I don't like Red Dead Redemption 2. I know, but
wow. That's very helpful for a video about us recommending. I don't recommend. The huge sale. I think it's shit.
okay, it's not shit. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm
actually
just.
talk about
I'm.
this, I think this is actually worthy of discussion because, like, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the most popular games ever. Right? Like, it sold a ton of copies. Like, even on Steam, which is supposedly not very. From what I heard, it didn't release that well on Steam and stuff. It only has like what 443k like, downloads. I
Hold
don't know,
on a
it's
second.
it, but, like, yeah.
When you
What?
were like I don't care about it. I did something foolish and I looked into the hidden and unknown more.
Mhm.
It is no more. As
Oh.
of 2 days ago. Let's go. In this bittersweet moment, as we prepare to bid farewell to the hidden and unknown project that has consumed our first large-scale project. Fuck this.
There you go.
It's no more.
Deleted from history.
It has been deleted.
Also, any viewers who came from Melody's Hidden and Unknown takedown, fuck them.
Bye bye, fuckers. It is no more. The $2,000 beast has been slain.
What was that person thinking?
Anyways, please go back to what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Red Dead Redemption 2, a game which isn't a scam, technically.
That's a
Oh,
glowing
God.
recommendation.
Okay, no, like I am kind of taking the piss here with like RDR2, but I don't know. I just don't see that much of an appeal to it. I think it's incredibly sluggish to do anything in this game. The story's pretty good, but like I don't want to play any of the story missions because they're just boring. So like it's a game I dropped after 10 hours because like I don't know, it doesn't seem to understand that like, you know, westerns like as stories, as movies, as books, as comics, they're not just built on like meditative pacing. You know, they can be propulsive, they can have, you know, action elements, which this game pretends to have. But like the gunplay is abysmal. And it's just like
Well,
I don't really see the appeal beyond like, you know, role playing. And I think there are better games than that as well. I just don't get it.
well, I will say an actual recommendation in this recommendations video that you made me think of is Colt Canyon. That's Colt with COLT, not Cult, as in like Cult of the Lamb,
Mhm.
which is currently $3 US on Steam.
Ah, there you go.
This is a Western dungeon
Have you
crawler.
played Red Dead Redemption 2? Melody?
No, because it wasn't running on my computer. I tried for
Yeah.
3 hours to get it to work, and then it didn't. And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna refund it because I would just end up buying it again later. So,
Fair enough, fair enough. Did you play any Rockstar games before though? Like maybe GTA?
I played, believe it or not, Red Dead Redemption on the 360.
How did you find it?
I liked it a lot. I would love to play it again if it was on fucking PC, but it's not. So it's it is irrelevant to this recommendations video for games on Steam. Like, it has nothing to do with this currently. Now Cult Canyon, on the other hand, is on Steam and does fuck. So
There you go.
check
And
out
one of us actually likes it.
check out Cult Canyon. Don't check out Red Dead Redemption because it's not on Steam. You'd be wasting your time.
And maybe check out Red Dead Redemption 2 if you like pretty pictures and don't mind just walking around, because that's all you really can do in the game. If you ever try to do anything fun, it doesn't feel right.
Well, in terms of since you decided to waste your recommendation on a game you don't recommend, I'm gonna take another one. I'm gonna swoop in for the.
Still
For
good
the-
for the kill.
Let's go for Norco, which was. That's a game I recommend in this recommendations video. This game is 50% off currently on Steam. It's one of the best games ever made. It is fucking fantastic text-based point-and-click adventure, as it says here. It's super emotional, very gripping storyline and everything. The pixel art is low down, dirty. The writing is phenomenal. The music, they have fucking Thou on the soundtrack. Thou.
I think I remember the trailer for this in one of the Game Awards shows or whatever. And the trailer was nowhere near as good as now. I don't know what I remember like that trailer just looked. I don't want to say like
I mean,
I don't know how to describe it. It didn't look like the game that it's being sold as currently, because this looks insane. I think the trailer put a lot of focus on like the dialogue and like the point and click aspect, but didn't show any of like the surreal stuff that like.
I mean, the dialogue is like a huge part of the game, though. Like, it's a text adventure. And the writing is so fucking good. It's just, I love it. And just look at
That's pretty cool.
look at this fucking screenshot. This was one of the thumbnails we had for the Discord server for a while. Up until like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
No, up until 4 days ago, actually. Like, it's just so fucking good. Go check out Norco if you haven't already. It's $7.50 currently, and it's got a
It does
demo.
look- Yeah. Let's check it out. Oh, show.
Okay, so do you have a game that you would recommend in this recommendations video, Dan?
Yes, I do have a game I would recommend in this recommendation video, Melody. That is Phantom Detective. Another very, very old game, which has only been recently ported to Steam. This is 34% off in the UK. I think probably same in America, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
about
$20.
$20. Sounds about right. It's by the great creator of Ace Attorney, Shu Takumi, and it's just so fun. It's so fun. Like Ace Attorney is a pretty great like game series. It tries, at least the Shutaku ones, the first three. They tried to be like, you know, kinda emotionally poignant and, at times, but most of the time it's just like a fun romp.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, sometimes when they do try to be emotionally pointed, like it doesn't land in Ace Attorney because of the tonal clash and all that. Ghost Trick doesn't have this problem because it is just a fun romp all the fucking time. You have like these Bond villains in like a submarine. You have a talking lamp with as a main helper character. Has one of the great soundtracks, which is playing in my head as I speak. It's so good. It's just an incredibly fun game. Have you played any of the Shutaku games, Mel?
No.
Any of the first Ace Attorney games? Or
No.
alright. I would recommend them. They are very, very fun.
This does remind me of the Sexy Brutale, though, which is $5 currently. How much is that? 50 or 75% off? Yeah, definitely. Get
It's a blast from the past.
This game is newer than Ghost Trick.
Well, yeah, but like it's blast from the past specifically for me because I remember you talked about this in the Google Plus days.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. The music is phenomenal. Like, dun, 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 dun. It's so fucking good. Like, oh, it's basically like Bad Times at the El Royale. Also, just like brilliant like threads of like mystery and crime and shit in the seedy like criminal underbelly kind of thing going on. I love it. It's so fucking great. Also, Steph Sterling gave it a 10 out of 10, so go fucking play it, you worm. It's also co-developed by the Song of Nunu developers. So yeah, also similar kind of conceit as a Ghost Trick where you're trying to prevent murders before they happen, but it's done in a different way, like more point and clicky.
Yeah, Ghost Trick is also incredibly point and click.
Well, more kind of like a third-person point and click, like walking around and clicking on shit, and yeah, I guess.
Okay. Speaking of which, that might bring me to my final recommendation. I think that we only have time for about one more, don't we? Or do we have?
We can do a lightning round.
Alright, let me just see if the game I want to recommend is on. Oh, it is. And it's on a huge sale. Alright, okay. So I wanted to talk about the Uchikoshi's games for a while because he is just one of the most interesting point and click developers out there.
What's one of the...
He's made he's known for like 2 series, Zero Escape trilogy and the AI Somnium trilogy. AI Somnium duology so far. He's working on 3, hopefully. Unfortunately, his games aren't the most commercially successful, so like each game's like a miracle to even like happen in the first place. And they're like the true cult classic to that regard.
So Zero Escape, the Nonary, AI Somnium.
Yeah. Zero Escape, the Nonary games, which is basically 999. Then you have what else? You have Zero Time to. Hang on, it is skipping one of the games. It is. Yeah. Where's Virtuous Lessons? Where is Zero Escape 2? Is it on Steam?
No.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't think you could buy Zero Escape 2.
Wait, there's the Zero Escape trilogy. It says,
Which
and
includes 2 games.
Don't buy Danganronpa though. Fuck Danganronpa.
Danganronpa. Yeah, don't. But like,
That's another Spike Chunsoft series. That's why I mention it. But don't ignore its existence. And you will
but
do
yeah,
well.
no, Uchikoshi games are just the way they use time travel and quote unquote butterfly effects and all that to it's not what we usually see in media, and I think it earned a lot of points for me in that regard because I saw recently a film Mr. Nobody with Jared Leto as a lead. Have you heard of that now?
No.
Mr. Nobody? Right, it's not a particularly good film. Jared Leto's actually pretty good in it, surprisingly. But yeah, it's just not. It's you know exactly what's going to happen. As soon as they say, what if a butterfly did this? Oh yeah, it's a butterfly effect movie. It's going to be all about choices of this and that. Uchikoshi just like it feels like he comes up with his plots at a random generator. In the sense that they just like go places you wouldn't expect at all, and so, sometimes that's like to the game's detriment because they come out of literally nowhere and it feels unfair that these plot developments happen. But at other times it just works. I just think that there's something to be learned from the way Uchikoshi uses time travel narratives, even like not time travel, but like non-traditional non-linearity in the video game stories. I think it's terrific. Plus, the puzzles are pretty good, which is like partially the reason you're playing Escape from series. Okay.
So I would recommend, personally, as my next pick, just because I don't really have much to say that, the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
It is this just seedy, like, folk horror, they say, point-and-click adventure. The writing, the vibes of it, it's just, it doesn't, like, flash, like, jump scares or anything like that. It's subtler and more just, like, the atmosphere is phenomenal. Distinct folk horror tone and grounding. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. I love, like, and it's published by Wadget Eye, which is always a good sign.
The Wadget system is a big plot point in the Zero Escape game, so that's actually a pretty good connection.
Oh shit. That was unintentional.
Zero Escape games or AI? No, I can't even remember which one, but like it's one of the bullshit things that Uchikoshi does. He just like introduces random cult members in his games for the hell of it. It's terrific. Like...
Incredible. So in terms of the lightning round, you may want to look into games that we've played together, since I know there are a bunch you haven't discussed currently.
Alright.
But I know...
Just go ahead.
I know a couple that I would recommend right away. Destropolis. If you've been yearning for something in the vein of Crimson Land, Destropolis. Destropolis is like the heir to Crimson Land, Crimson Land's throne as a twin-stick shooter. Also, what the hell are these games? So it's inspired by, yeah, Crimson Land is the first one that comes up, I'm right.
Hey.
But you can also just tell that comparison just by playing the game. It's also just got this terrific, like, low poly art style, which is fully destructible levels and everything, which kind of solves one of the slight issues you may have with Crimson Land, which is that the levels are just empty voids. Destropolis is always more lively, because it's always got these columns in between you and the enemies. So yeah, I would highly recommend it, and it's got that Crimson Land style juice to it, where you're just constantly picking up new weapons and power-ups and everything. It's just it kicks so much ass. And it's $1 or less than that, 89 cents currently.
Interesting. Speaking of another game which is 89 cents, Aloof. A very, very fun little game, which I cannot actually see the price of online because I have the game.
It's 49 cents on
49 cents.
Yeah, US at least.
There you go.
Yeah, it's kind of like Puyo Puyo Tetris. It's got
It's incredibly fun. There's a PvP with me and Melody on the channel. It's I don't know how yeah, you describe it. It's like competitive Tetris. It's kind of like, you know what it is, Melody? It's puzzle combat from one of the 3D World Combat games. I can't remember which one.
yeah, like Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yeah, like puzzle combat.
Yeah, like Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Anyway, what else can we see for now?
I would also suggest Little Gator Game.
Ooh.
Fuck you, Steam, for fucking up that. I definitely did not switch off of there. Yeah, this game fucks. It kicks ass. This has to be Demon Turf, isn't it? These games I don't own from Playtonic. I don't understand though. Anyways, like, yeah, this game just, it's so adorable. The writing is terrific. The open world is actually worth exploring. It just, it kind of captures that, childhood play kind of essence, unlike any other game that I'm aware of.
There you go. Speaking of like great exploration titles, Astroneer is also 60% off.
Also, it's
Thing
developed.
me and Mo have-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Alright, yeah. So, Astroneer gave me and Melody have done a few sessions off on the channel. Very, very fun. Slightly predatory monetization aspects when it comes to customization, but other than that, like, it is a terrific little bundle of fun, especially when you actually know how to play it, which we eventually did.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. We still haven't left the side on it, but like, we're getting there.
We're slowly learning things, actually, which is more than can be said of the first session, and also most of the second.
Kind of.
Also, its developers just got acquired by Devolver, which hopefully means good things for the game in terms of ripping out the shitty monetization, but I wouldn't bet on it. Another game...
Do Valve have any other games which have slightly...
I mean, they had Fall Guys, but that was it. Yeah, Mad Shot kicks ass, though. It's basically like, what if My Friend Pedro, like the original My Friend Pedro, like the Flash game, was Hades.
So, Banana Gun Boy Hades.
It's like acrobatic, side-scrolling, platforming shooting, where it's like your timing shit, like your shots and shit, but it's also got like a Mike Mignola-esque art style to it.
Hey.
Like, have you seen Mad Shot before, Dan?
Oh no, maybe let me check.
You're not even looking at it.
Because I was about to look to the next game in my rapid fire thing. Like, distracted me.
tomfoolery.
But they have a demo. How about that? It also looks pretty great.
Are you looking at the same mad shot that I'm talking about? Because I'm not seeing a demo on the Steam page.
No, this is definitely. What if my friend Pedro was also Hades? Like,
Plus, like, Hellboy in terms of the art style.
characterization, yeah.
Yeah, it does come up with a demo in the search, but it doesn't actually show on the Steam page, so it may be delisted.
Lies as always. Yeah. Another one of them 0% off lies.
What's one that you would recommend next?
Yeah, I was going to recommend. Fucking lost it now, Marty. It's all your fault.
Can't you just use like the back arrow or something?
That would assume I'm technically proficient with using my computer.
Basically, like, fundamentally proficient, like, day one computer use.
Oh god, alright. Paint the Town Red, a game that me and Mel played quite a bit of on this channel. I've also had possibly the greatest ending to a YouTube video of all time. What the hell?
Yes, gas us up like this.
It is so. Oh my god. I still have like flashbacks. I think I actually dreamt of that video, of that ending once, Melody. Like, it actually appeared in my dreams. This game has haunted me.
It's. Yeah. This is one of those games.
No,
oh, sorry.
It's just so much fun. The thing is,
Indeed.
I've only ever played it with you. Does the game have more outside of that? Because, like, I'm looking at
Oh,
this
yeah.
picture, this looks like nothing that we played.
Yeah, it's got tons of stuff.
Could you, like, just run the viewers down? And, like, what other stuff it has other than, like, the co-op?
It's got a
runs and
roguelite.
everything?
It's got a roguelite dungeon crawling mode. It's got like different like levels from the community, that kind of thing. We only did the scenarios that come like out of the game, like out of the box with the game.
Out of the box. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
But yeah.
we could revisit it sometime and do like the roguelite together or something like that, maybe.
Well, that might be very fun. Yeah. Alright, terrific game. Anything else on my end?
I will recommend Tinykin while you're trying to pull something out of your ass that you'd recommend. Now, to be sure, these are games that you actually recommend and not games that you're like, no.
Okay, no, I recommend this one. Our only move is hustle, because if you play this game, you could teach me and Melody how to play it too.
You fool.
So we may one day understand how it works.
You fool. You've overstepped my recommendation while I was recommending it.
So I thought you just said, yeah, pull something out of your ass, and I did. I didn't know that you meant pull
I was
something
saying...
out of your ass and wait.
Yeah, I was saying to prepare. To load your weapon, weakling. But now I get 2 in a row, haha.
Oh no.
So,
Oh, that's something.
so Tinykin, that gives you time. Scum. So Tinykin is a fantastic collectathon, platformer. But it's also got, like, a bit of Pikmin-inspired, like, collecting, the Tinykin.
Hey.
So yeah. And the art style is phenomenal in Tinykin. It just looks gorgeous as hell. And it's just got a cute atmosphere to it, too. So yeah, definitely check out Tinykin. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's $10 US currently. And my next of my two, since you decided to be such a fool, is Dome Keeper. Dome Keeper's fantastic, and it's on sale now for 50%, or 50% off, I should say.
Is Dome Keeper that dungeon thing that you did a short on?
I don't know. Dungeons, you mean?
You
Or...
don't know. It's your channel, like.
Because
No,
that's a very vague description.
No, it's a different. It's a different one. It's a different one.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll be like describing something, and I'll just be like, "What the fuck is Dan talking about right now?" I'm just like, "What the hell do you mean?" The music's incredible in this game, though. It's just, it's one of those games that you can just sink your teeth into and just play for like 20 hours like I've played. But you could do it far faster because you may not be jumping around as much as I have. And I've barely scratched the surface of it. Like, you could spend like 200 hours on it easily and still...
It's kind of like sci-fi Terraria, essentially.
No, not really, but it's still got that kind of like mining feel to it. But no, it doesn't have co-op. You're not fighting bosses really. Some of it kind of like has like this. I don't know if I would say tower defense, because it's not really. It's more base defense, where you're kind of like able to, you know, shoot the turrets when you go up to the top during the enemy waves. But you can also automate that if you'd prefer to focus on the mining, which I generally do, just because I like being able to just sink my teeth into just going underground and listening to the music, which is a dynamic soundtrack, by the way, and it fucking sounds incredible whenever you're like going up and down the mines. So have you locked and loaded your next pick?
Yeah, and I think we are over an hour, aren't we?
We are currently an hour and 20 minutes almost.
Alright, so I think this will be my final pick.
Alright, I have two more, but I'll be real quick with them after.
Cool. So my final pick is Injustice 2.
No!
It's on. It's 90% off. It's only 4.
No! No!
You didn't think it was good. You didn't think. Oh god, what a great game! I don't know, you are something special when you made this. To this day, the greatest AAA fighting game of all time.
I disagree, and I just posted my user review. No.
As one of the friends of the channel says, while drawing controversy from some of its slower pace than most fighters, there's a flow of combat here that's entirely unique, backed by the usual NRS production scale that dwarfs the competition.
That wasn't me, dear viewers. That was him. It wasn't me, I promise. My next one that I'm gonna recommend is Florence, because that is currently $2 on Steam, usually about $6. It's just a really short, pretty game, about 35
this
minutes.
game for a long time. Yeah. I need to check this out. I've been looking at this game for a long time.
It's just like very emotionally impactful. The art style is gorgeous. The storyline is, you know, fantastic. And $2 for a game which is 35 minutes? Hell yeah. Because it's one of those ones that you may want to end up returning to and crying
Does
to.
it have anything like additional to it?
No.
Like if you return
No.
Okay.
No. But it's one of those games where you don't want it to have anything else. It just hits you where, you know.
Yeah. I get it.
Another game which is about, this one's about $1.50 and it's longer, is Cleo: A Pirate's Tale, which is kind of like, what if you had like a Monkey Island, but if it looked like an old school Zelda game sometimes.
Oh, this game looks cool. This game looks fun.
It's very funny. Cool puzzles. Really interesting. And it's solo developed, which is incredibly impressive. So for a game which is 90% off and has a demo, check it out. What's the deluxe content? I would assume like an art. Yeah, it's just kind of like a little extra stuff. Yeah, it's like the soundtrack and character cutouts and whatnot. And
does that bring us to the end?
No, because we have one more, Dan. Hey, you knew this was coming.
Oh no, let me get
Super Lesbian Animal RPG Fucker, the best video game ever made. You think you can recommend Injustice 2 a 7 out of 10 game when I'm here giving you an 11 out of 10? This is the best game ever made. I do not have to defend this position. I've already won. And
you don't even defend it because you defended it for like the last year and a half.
No, I will not defend it any further. It already wins. It won the argument. We don't have to continue with this pretending that it's not obvious. That it is not only the greatest video game ever made, but also the greatest work of art ever made.
Somehow still not better than Injustice 2, but alright.
No. Do not lie like this. Do not lie like this. Injustice 2 doesn't even have a soundtrack. Let alone...
Why?
Let alone...
Just a Solitude play in my head right now.
It doesn't even have a soundtrack. I don't even remember if there was music, let alone writing. Do they even have pixel art? And the injustice of this game existing, too?
Oh god.
0 out of 10. No out of 10. SlarPG gets a lesbian out of 10, because it will make $les billion.
First game to make $les billion, let's go.
So, yeah. Fuck Injustice 2, fuck WB Interactive, and fuck you for continually reminding me of this mid-ass fucking... like... detritus.
Terrific game. Will not take any substitute.
Okay.
Will not accept any slander towards its name.
Okay, then why are you still here? Fucking Bazinga.